Dubstep and metal, both pretty heavy genres, sometimes at least. Not gonna roll up the whole history of dubstep from the early 2000s till now, definitely not gonna discuss the whole history of metal, but what I can confidently say is that there's definitely an overlap between those two genres, and they've cross-influenced each other quite a bit and tend to do it even more in recent years. On the one hand, when we take a closer look on the dubstep side of things, Metalstep has been a thing for years with artists like Phase 1, Sylvie King, etc. Also collabs between dubstep and metal acts tend to become more of a thing. For instance, the called Pandorum distant collabs, big fan of both. And also PeelingFlesh, Sun Death collab to make some slam dubstep, and probably also other collabs are out there. A lot of Metalstep, however, follows a pretty dubsteppy structure with metal playing in the intro and build-up, and then you have a regular dubstep drop, even though the called Pandorum distant stuff is a little more intermixed. On the other hand, in the metal scene, the term dubstep gets thrown around whenever there's any weird electronic noise, not even necessarily electronic, but I won't judge today. Anyway, synths and sound design have been a thing in metal for years, but recently, especially in the Thal scene, the use of weird, disgusting, heavy sounds escalated completely with bands like Humanity's Lost Breath or Mirar.
I remember talking to HLB members back in the day about Thal and about Vulgardas. Like, it's like dubstep, but with guitar. We need to make it more like dubstep or more machine-like or whatever.
The bass music influence is definitely evident there. For instance, Mirar, we have hardstyle stuff and D shit. But more often than not, the weird noise are just mutilated guitars with pitch shifting and other effects, and not really your typical dubstep bass sound design.
Of course, we use synths for ambience, but there's nothing in the place of the guitar who is not guitar. It's just guitar with effect.
So here I am, someone who started out as a dubstep producer and got a little bit annoyed with a very drop-centric structure, which does make sense, of course, if you think about DJing. That was also the time when I made my song Flung, which has a lot of guitar stuff and 2 dubstep drops in there. Then I got pretty heavy into metal and more proggy stuff and Thal, of course, and then I ventured back into dubstep from the more OG side of things, you know, Skream and shit, and also found some more underground artists like this producer called Seek. Big shout out, love his stuff. Also got into more IDM-y sound design stuff, qebrms for instance, and all these influences fermented in me, and I tried to create a more seamless mixture of dubstep / bass music and metal / Thal. So I started out with writing some cool ambience, jazzy chords, arpeggios, and fairly simple, quite melodic Thal riffing over that to leave enough space for first the drums and, even more important, the basses, because I didn't want to just fuck with the guitars until they make weird noises, but I wanted to make proper dubsteppy bass noises in Faceblend. So I layered the sub bass with random Faceblend presets I found, juiced that up with OTT, put some Foley samples on the drums. Also the drum kick is also like a dubstep kick, but just in the remakes from the actual drum VST. And also what I did to delay on drums, and then I automated that for ear candy reasons only. But now let's get serious for once. The filter basses. Actually pretty simple, just swoop through some wavetable sync window sign with an LFO. Then took some sine wave, phase modulated it with the other one. Distortion, OTT reverb. That's it. The other one, wibble bass, same thing. Just different shape, different tweaking of the knobs. Then later this goofy voy bass comes in. But where it gets really dubstep is the end, because there's a proper drop. The same basses, actually, the boy bass and the fillers, but now here, the main attraction. It's just a low stuttery sine wave, phase modulated by a sine wave, which increases distorted and chorusized. And then reverb that comes in. And then I just alter the speed here. All the guitars in there, ambience comes back. It's a pleasure really. And that's it. Now listen to dubstep and listen to metal and all the aforementioned artists. I linked the stuff in the description. You can also listen to my song, no pressure though. Ja, das passt, oder?